Hello and welcome to today's yoga for long COVID and chronic conditions. This is the final installment of my bed-friendly Yin yoga series. To recap, Yin it means slow yoga, but it means coming to appropriate depth for you to hold and be still in your mind and in your body, and then also see if you can hold it there for some time. So we'll be having a lovely slow healing practice today. And today's topic is Speak Now Yoga for your throat and your throat chakra. Okay. So, what do I mean by this? Basically, well, if we look at it anatomically, the throat is obviously very important to us, and it's very important for our healing and recovery too, because obviously we're speaking through our throat, our voice boxes in our throat, our larynx, our glottis, all of that. Also, very much it's where the air comes in and nourishes us with oxygen. So it's the receptacle of our breathing through to our lungs. And then, of course, our throat also receives food and nourishment to eat into our stomach. So obviously it's a very crucial, important point, and it also keeps our head on our torso. So it's obviously a very crucial area. And in yogic terms, the throat chakra is the fifth chakra of the chakra energy system. And if that means nothing to you at all, that's fine. Don't worry. But if it does, it's represented by a deep blue. And it's basically seen as the body's communication hub, a place where you can find your voice, speak your truth, sing praises for yourself and for others, and really express yourself, be heard, basically. And the signs of blockages or problems in the throat chakra are many, but I think it speaks very strongly to those who have chronic conditions like Lyme or Epstein-Barr, for instance. Obviously, that's very throat oriented, but also very much in the long COVID and post-COVID experience. We've had a lot of issues with being able to speak, losing the voice, having sore throat, having ulcers, having problems with our throat and with our the jaw, the area around the throat. So we're going to be working to see if you have any blockages, anything going on in this area, and see if we can gently clear it out and restore energy flow once more. So if that sounds like you, if you've had a lot of gum disease, laryngitis, tonsillitis, sore throat, problems talking, your voice sounds different, that sounds raspy, I'm sure this sounds very familiar to a lot of people listening, then this is for you. And it's a very, very gentle practice. We're going to be obviously extending the throat, opening up and bringing it down in a variety of different positions, mostly lying on the back. But we're going to start off with legs up the wall, and you will be needing a bolster or maybe two or possibly three pillows. So get comfy. Either you can be lying on the bed with your legs up, the bed stand, or you can be on the floor, going with a blank piece of wall next to you. But shuffle your pillows over to wherever your legs are going to go up the wall, and let's get started. It's up to you. This is optional, but if you'd like to try and have the pillow or bolster near to the wall, and so basically you're resting your hips your pelvis on the pillow, it just gives you a slightly different sensation into the throat area. So it's completely up to you. You can either not have the pillow and put your legs up against the wall, or with the pillow. But I'll just show you. So basically, whether you've got a pillow or not, we want to be coming up close, sitting close up against the wall. And then we start to lie back. And as we lie back, we can bring our legs up against the wall like so. And if you're on a pillow, you could lift and adjust until it feels about right. The sensation, if you're resting on pillows, supporting your pelvis, it should present a little bit of a lift, so a teeny tiny back bend, but it also will kind of bring a little bit more sensation into the throat area. But it's totally fine if you don't want to use a pillow. Either position works great. And so we're going to start here. You can rest your palms facing up. Making any final adjustments you need. And then we can gently close the eyes and check in with how you're feeling today. Check into the messages that the body has for you. And by the way, I should repeat that the most important message that you're listening for your body for is whether anything doesn't feel right. Please always listen to your body and ease out of a pose early, or rest. You can always rest just lying on your back, flat on your back, at any time you need. I think that's the most important thing that I'd like to teach in these classes, is to listen to the wisdom of your own body. See how your body feels in this pose. It's really lovely for your circulation. It's really bringing a lot more circulation out of your feet, down your legs, and into your torso and head and neck and throat, most importantly. A great position to rest in anytime, but it can be good for insomnia as well. It can help you before bedtime. It really helps the nervous system to calm right down. So start to tune into your breath, noticing how your breath feels today. Whether it feels very easy, unrestricted, or whether there's any tension, any unease. Wherever you find yourself today is fine, just as it is. As we bring attention to the breath, let's start with some belly breathing, some breathing deep into your abdomen, letting your belly rise up. Inhale, and exhale, float down, belly button draws toward spine. And as we take some gentle belly breaths, see if you can focus on the throat area. See if you can focus on the sensation of air moving in and out of your throat. Does it feel warm or cool in the throat? Does it pass through the throat easy, or is there some restriction? When I focus on my throat during breathing work, it often feels a bit like a tickling sensation. Just witness what's happening and accept it just as it is. If you'd like to stay with the belly breathing like we're doing, that's fine. Otherwise, I invite you to do some Ujjayi breathing, Ujjayi pranayama, which is ocean breath or victorious breath, or could be called Darth Vader breath. It's the breathing that sounds a bit like Darth Vader. And so we bring a little bit of a restriction into the throat so that you can hear the air in the throat, breathing in and out. If you've practiced vinyasa yoga, you'll be very familiar with your Ujjayi breathing. If this is new to you, you can start off by breathing in through the nose and then breathe out through the mouth like you're blowing, like fogging up glass, like that. Breathing in through the nose. So that's the kind of shape we're doing in the throat. So do 3 rounds like that, and then you can try closing your mouth and still have that throat movement, that throat sensation, but just with your mouth closed. Ujjayi breathing, it obviously brings attention to the throat area. It also brings greater circulation into the throat and works the muscles of the throat in ways that we don't always. I'd like you to return back to this type of breathing through this practice today if you wish to. Maybe visualizing the waves of the ocean, that deep, wonderful blue, as you hear this ocean sound in your throat. I'm going to start by bring your hands actually over your throat, your neck area. So I know this seems a bit strange, but we're basically giving the neck a little love, giving it a little caress, and bring some positive feelings into the throat and neck area. And maybe thank your throat for all it does. Thank your thyroid for all it does, which is a lot. And even if you have any thyroid problems, which I do, it's beneficial to bring some love and care into that area nonetheless. And with your hands gently resting on your throat, you can bring a little bit of gentle motion, nothing too crazy. Bring a little bit of a massage into the neck muscles, or maybe a little bit of a circular movement, opening and harmonizing the center of energy. By the way, if your feet are starting to go to sleep, you can flex the feet, bring some movement into your knees, whatever you need to do. Okay, and you can release your hands back down. I'm going to bring a couple of stretches into the neck area. So we're going to start by floating your right ear towards your right shoulder. Nice stretch into the side of the neck. Focusing on your Ujjayi breathing. Kind of feels like snoring. And then bring your head back to center and then float it over. So your left ear is going towards your left shoulder. Nice, gentle warmth down the side of the neck. And bring it back to center. I'm going to turn the head, looking left. Turn your head, feeling a nice stretch in the neck. These neck muscles do so much for us. The head is it's the heaviest part of the body. The skull is very heavy, and so the neck does really a lot. Giving it a little bit of attention. And gently move your head back to center and float it over. So you're looking towards your right. Nice and gentle. No forcing or pushing. And back to center. And then tip your head so you're looking upwards. Be a nice stretch down your throat. Doesn't have to be a huge movement. And then we're going to rest your head in your hands, so cradle your head in your hands, and gently lift your head up. So you're looking towards your knees. You don't need to hold this very long. Keep breathing. And float your head back down. That's good. Okay, and so we're going to bend the knees and we're going to come into a gentle twist position. So again, it's up to you. If you're on the pillow, you might like to release it, but you can do it on the pillow. We're going to let the bent knees float over to your left-hand side, arms out by the sides. Just come to the point where you can rest at. Again, if you want to move a little bit away from the wall, away from the pillow, so it's more flat on the ground or bed. That's good. And then we're going to turn the head to look to your right hand. Rest here. A lovely spinal twist. Making any adjustments you need with your knees to come into the right depth for you today. Into a position that you can rest in. And you can return to the Ujjayi breathing if you'd like to. Noticing the breath like running water up and down the throat. Imagining a cascading blue waterfall. Vivid, brilliant blue. Every out breath it falls further and further down. Every in breath you see the water heading to the edge of the waterfall. Out breath it falls down. Gently cascading, releasing any blockage. A lovely flow. Scan your body and notice if there's any muscles that are tensing or holding on. And release that tension. Checking that your forehead is neutral and relaxed. Your temples are relaxed. Jaw is neutral and relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxing, melting into the ground or bed beneath you. Your hands are open and relaxed, soft and relaxed. That's good. And think an affirmation. I can speak my truth freely. I can speak my truth freely. A few more breaths here and then we'll change position. Okay, gently bring your head back to center and bring your knees back in towards the chest. In fact, we'll hug the knees into the chest with your arms for a second. An option to lift your head up, forehead going towards knees, just for a moment, giving yourself some gentle love. Okay, release the head down. I'm going to let the legs float over to the right side arms extended in a T out. And then you can look over to your left hand. Do any adjustments you need. You can also use your pillow between the knees. Do anything you need to get to a place of comfort. And then seek some stillness. Stillness of the body and stillness of the mind. Enjoying that beautiful stretching, that beautiful twist through the spine, releasing any tension in your back. So there's a wonderful massage on your internal organs, and of course it's massaging your neck area. And let it go. Nothing to do but rest. Let yourself go floppy like a rag doll. We can enjoy this stillness further by focusing on the pause between the end of the exhale and the start of the inhale. So the next exhale, release. Notice that pause, that complete stillness before taking your next inhale. You can even note it with saying pause in your mind. Enjoying that complete stillness in the body, calming your mind, that gentle pause. It's good. Okay, gently bring the left arm up and over to meet the right arm and come completely onto your side. Taking a moment here. And so with slow, gentle care, we're going to come back up into a seated position for one pose. You come into whatever seated position is good for you. Ironically, my throat's feeling a bit dry. You can also actually sit on your pillows if you'd like, if that's nice for you. So you can be in cross-leg position or knee position, whatever's good. And just notice that change of position, letting your body calm back in to that stable position. We're going to do a few cat cows. We're going to do some really slow cat cows. So start actually with the cat. So on the exhale, drop your hands on knees and drop your head towards the chin. Belly draws in, tailbone tucking under. And we're actually going to rest here for a few breaths rather than go with the motion. And just experience that sensation of not a blocking of your throat, but I guess it's sort of blocking over it. And see if you can feel the energy in your throat. See if you can imagine a ball of sapphire blue gently rotating. It's a ball of blue light gently turning, and it's like your chin to chest is giving it a bit of a hug. Checking that your shoulders are relaxed away from ears. Your forehead is relaxed. Keep breathing, obviously. Really rest here in this cat position. And then the next inhale, you can rock open, really open your throat, looking upwards without crunching, chest out, tailbone back. And again, we'll rest here in cow position. Feeling a lovely stretch, a lovely opening of the throat. Again, we can imagine that blue ball of light. It's warm and cozy in your neck area. Maybe you have a sensation of the movement, a gentle turning, maybe a tickling sensation or a tugging sensation, perhaps. And if you can't visualize anything at all, that's fine too. As we're here, we can have an affirmation. I'm confident in my body's ability to heal. I'm confident in my body's ability to heal. It's good. Okay, and rock back into cat. And maybe for a couple of rounds we'll float back and forth in the standard cat cow way. Bring some movement into the whole spine, from the base of your skull all the way down to the tailbone, beyond into the pelvis. Okay. And so you're going to have float down, and the pillow is across the mat or bed, and we want it to be, basically where your shoulder blades are. We're going to just extend the legs out and gently release down, and see if the tippy top of your head, the crown of your head, can rest on the ground. Okay, so here is where less is more with the pillows. If you find you have too many, you can remove one. Again, you have to come to the appropriate depth for you. Just see if you can find the point that's good for you. And we're going to rest in this supported fish pose for a little bit. You can relax. The legs are pointed out in front of you, but you can let the feet fall open a little bit. Relax the leg muscles. See if you can surrender to the ground, arms out by the sides. In fact, your arms can be any way you want them to be, really, whatever feels good. Doesn't really matter, because obviously what we're doing here is we're really in a very chest opening position, neck opening position. And just ensure that you don't have too much weight on your head and neck. Your weight should all be in the back, in the shoulder blades lower, and in the pelvis. So if you have weight in your head, if you can't move your head freely, then you might need to adjust slightly. Okay, I don't want anyone to put too much strain there, because that's not what fish pose is about. Return to the breath. You can return to Ujjayi breathing if you like, but I must admit it's a little hard like this. So if you want to try, you can, but don't worry if it's not working very well, because it's a little hard for me too. Because your neck is so open like this, so free. What you can do, you can visualize a wave of energy, light, whatever you want, coming in from your feet on the inhale, like you're breathing in from your feet all the way up your arms, past your torso, all the way to the tip of your head. And the out breath, that wave is rushing through the neck, through the body, through the legs, out to the feet. Really experience that motion with the breath. The energy moving up and down. An affirmation here could be, I love my thyroid and all it does to support me. I love my thyroid and all it does to support me. I love my thyroid and all it does to support me. Checking your forehead is relaxed, jaws relaxed, hands are open and relaxed. Go get 5% more relaxed and let that happen. It's good. We won't stay too long more here. I know this is a deep pose. Two more breaths, letting the energy flow from your feet to your head and back down like a wave, cascading. And gently bend your knees and roll yourself over to the side. If you feel woozy, rest here a moment. We're going to come up and move the pillow out of the way and return back to the ground, and we're going to hug our knees into the chest and rock back and forth. Option to bring your head towards your knees if that's available, but if it's too strong, then don't. Let it go. Gently release your feet out to the ground, knees are bent. Just take a moment here, noticing the difference. The fish pose can be quite deep pose for your neck. Noticing how you're feeling right now. If you're feeling like you've had enough, then that's great. Extend the legs, relax in corpse pose. Otherwise, we're going to come into a gentle supported bridge using the pillows. And it is very supported, so if that makes you feel, oh, then please bear with me. But yeah, if your body is saying that's enough, then that's fine too. So if you're up for it, we'll start with having hands, palms face down the floor. With the next inhale, gently lift your pelvis off the ground, hips up, and exhale, bring that back down. See how that feels for you. That was the practice. And the next inhale, lift the hips off the ground and see if you can roll your pillow underneath your pelvis. And then see if you can rest back down on it, making adjustments you need. If it feels too high up on your lower back, move it down a smidge. It should be really supporting your hips. Okay, so just make sure your weight is in a good place. Then you can open your hands out to the sides, palms facing up. We're going to rest here a while. You might want to tuck your chin towards your chest a little slightly more. It's not a big movement. Slight tucking in. Return to the breath. Checking the forehead is still relaxed. Let go of any tension in your temples. Checking your arms are neutral and relaxed. Your arm muscles are not tensing at all. Your hands are open and relaxed. And check how your leg muscles feel. Obviously, they are doing a little bit of work right now, but it shouldn't feel like a lot of work. See if you can bring any ease there. Returning to the ocean breath if that's available to you. Witnessing the sensation of the in-breath into your nostrils. Watching the air go in and out of your nostrils. Witness going it into the nostrils, down the throat, into the chest and abdomen, out of the abdomen, out of the chest, up the throat, out the nose, nostrils. Just witness that movement, nostrils, throat, chest, belly, like a wave of air. Belly, chest, throat, nostrils, the air flowing in and out, like a cascading wave. Bring that healing oxygen into your lungs and out through all parts of your body, through your bloodstream, out into every cell of the body, healing and restoring. If it's starting to feel like a lot in your legs, option to extend the legs straight, resting on your heels is a slightly different sensation. A little bit harder on your lower back, but it is a little more restful for your leg muscles. If you do that, enjoy the lovely stretch across the whole of your front body. Return back to the breath, back to the wave of air. If you do have your legs extended, bring your feet back up, planting your feet. And on the next inhale, gently lift your pelvis, lift your hips off the pillows, off the block, and push them out of the way. And bring your hips back down to the ground. And we'll just do a few windscreen wiper legs, moving your knees side to side, gently, slowly, releasing any tension that's built up from that pose. And come back to center, and we'll hug our knees into chest one more time, hugging your knees in, saying thank you to the body. Thank you, body, for everything you do. Thank you for letting me practice today. And then release the legs out, fully out, full length of your mat or bed, palms face up, and relax. Time to fully let go and let the work we've done today integrate. Bring attention to your head, your scalp, forehead, behind the eyes, cheeks, chin, and the neck all the way around. Taking a breath. As an exhale, let the whole head and neck go very soft, heavy, and relaxed. And travel down to your shoulder blades, all the way down your back, the sides of your body, to your pelvis, around abdomen, and back up to your chest. Taking a breath in and exhale, let the whole of your back and torso grow heavy and deeply relaxed. Go to your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists and hands. Taking a breath in. As you exhale, let your arms and hands grow very heavy and relaxed. And traveling to your hips, your thighs, knees, lower legs, all the way down to your ankles and your feet, toes. Taking a breath in. As you exhale, let the whole of your legs and feet are very heavy and relaxed. Witness how deeply relaxed you are and how easy that procedure was. Imagine you're floating on warm, buoyant, salty water. Your body, let your body go and float gently on this soothing, healing water. That's good. You feel this warmth flowing through your whole body, loving and caressing your body. And let this healing water draw out of you any discomfort, any unease, anything holding you back. Let it go into the water. And at the same time, let the healing properties of the salty water, the sodium, magnesium, everything your body could possibly need or want, soak it all in to all the pores of your skin, across your whole body. Take a couple of deep healing breaths in through your nose, into your belly, and gently sigh it out through your mouth. One more in through your nose, soaking all of that oxygen in. Hold it, and then slowly sigh it out through your mouth. Then wiggling your fingers and toes, rotating your wrists and ankles, nodding your head side to side, having a lovely stretch overhead. That's good. Stretch, 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 and release. And gently roll over to your sides, taking a moment here. And when you're ready, slowly come back up to seated position. No big rush, your own time. Just notice how you feel now, hopefully much better. And bring your hands together and bow your head towards your heart, source of all your wisdom. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today.